Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 33rd episode of Battles and Voices. I'm Athika, and I'm the founder and host. Battles and Voices brings together people involved in healthcare across the world in order to build a supportive community for the next generation of medicine. Please welcome our guest, Miriam.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. I'm so happy to be here.
Miriam, thank you so much for being a part of this episode. It means the world to us that you'll be one of our guests on today for Battles and Voices. Feel free to introduce yourself and share some things about who you are.
Perfect. My name is Mariam Atnasious. I'm just finished my first year of PA school. A couple fun facts about me is that I am the first Canadian in my program. So I'm from Canada and I currently go to school in Massachusetts. I feel like I don't even never say that right. And then another fun fact about me is that I had a pet camel when I was growing up. His name was Pepsi. I am Egyptian, so I feel like maybe that's just like a stereotypical thing, but loved him so much. I'm really passionate about healthcare advocacy. I'm really passionate about just health and wellness. I love just having a good work-life balance. Love going to Pilates. I'm really excited to be a PA. I want to go into pediatrics and specifically cardiology. Those are some of my interests, and so I'm really excited to talk about it today with you. So that's a little bit about me.
Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. I've always wanted to become a pediatric PA, and oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. Okay, we have
Yes,
so much to talk about. We have
yes,
so much to talk about. I'm so
yes.
excited.
What's your favorite part about PA school?
Oh, my favorite part has genuinely been just the ability to like take such complicated procedures and disease. First of all, the fact that I'm even going to diagnose that is crazy within 2 years. That's absolutely insane to me. But it's really, for me, it's been the best part is really taking these really complex disease states and how
Hmm.
to diagnose them and really being able to explain them in layman's terms. I know, for myself growing up, like English is my second language, so I do really have a passion of making healthcare very accessible to a lot of different communities, especially my own.
Hmm.
My parents were immigrants, I was an immigrant. So I think that's been my favorite part. And then also the fact that I get to do so many hands-on procedure. I've been really lucky in PA school, especially in my last semester. I did like an NG tube, I
Oh my
intubated.
gosh.
I did so many procedures that like in a million years would I think I would be able to do those. But
Hmm.
I'm excited to do it on real people next year too, which will be really fun. Um, but I think those are my favorite parts. I'm really excited to just be face to face with patients next year. I You never feel ready to go out and talk to patients because I'm always like
Hmm.
I'm just a student, but I definitely feel really prepared just to talk to them, hear their story and the knowledge that I have now maybe help them in their journey. So I'm really excited about that too.
That's wonderful. I really love that.
Of course.
So can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to go into healthcare and what kind of why you chose the PA profession?
Yes. Oh, it sounds like I'm in my interview again for B school. I'm like, I love this question. So just like a little bit context about me is that, just like I talked about, my parents immigrated from Egypt to Canada. I was 7 years old when I came, and one thing that I've always had the role of, I think, was being the translator for my parents. I was very active in healthcare early on, via my parents, via also myself and advocating for myself as well. And so I've always been just super interested in healthcare, and you are really that person that people will be the most vulnerable with, and that's something that I don't take lightly, and I think it's such an honor to do that. And so I knew I was wanting to go into healthcare. And so went into undergrad. I did an undergrad in psychology. So I was like, okay, maybe psych is what I want to do. I was really experimenting with all types. I shadowed a dentist. I shadowed also a PT. I was really trying to figure out where I feel like my strengths were. And it's actually kind of funny is I didn't discover PA until my fourth year of undergrad. And so I discovered it and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the autonomy. The lateral mobility was huge to me. Like the fact that I can have a little bit, I call it like a jack of all trades because you
Mhm.
really are. You can go into family med and then
Right.
do family med part time, but also do plastics or
Hmm.
cardiology or surgery. And that to me, I love that because I think throughout I was so interested in everything. Like I'm a psych major, but I did research in cardiology. So I was very much all over the place and I just loved learning about so many different aspects of health and wellness. And so PA was like just the right fit for me, and so I was really excited to pursue it. It did take me a while to get there. I did have 3 cycles to get there, so I think I'm very much also like an example of like perseverance if you want something. And so I'm so grateful to be where I am right now, and I 100% can say with confidence that I made the right decision because I absolutely love what I'm studying. I love what I'm gonna go. I love what I'm gonna get to go into, and just the people I'm gonna get to take care of, and the diagnosing, and it's just all of it. I love it. So that's a little bit part about me why I chose healthcare, but why I chose PA specifically. It just kind of fit with my personality, I guess. So yeah, that's why I chose it.
Yes, that's amazing. And I
Yeah.
love how in the PA profession you can just specialize in so many things
Mm-hmm.
and have
Mm-hmm.
the ability to like switch specialties.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There's
Yeah.
so much. I also like, I feel like I didn't even know this. Like, we can deliver babies. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
incredible. But
Mm-hmm.
also, you can become a professor. You can be
Right.
involved in so many different parts of whether you want to be part of like lawmaking. Like, you're not just a clinician. You could be so much more, which I think is also really beautiful. They get to grow in that profession too. So I'm really excited about that.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
So was there a moment when navigating the healthcare system as an immigrant directly influenced your approach to patient care?
Yes. Oh, I love this question. So I'm very big on meeting people where they're at. I think when you, especially being Egyptian, Western medicine was never in Western medicine. I think even like when I'm in school, we talk a lot about like preventative medicine. Coming from Egypt, my parents would not go see the doctor unless they were like dying. Like that's just like what it was. Like it was never about,
Yeah.
hey, let's go to the doctor, let's get our blood work, let's kind of prevent,
Mm-hmm.
let's do our physicals. So that was the biggest part for me, honestly, was even not just hearing from my parents, but my community overall, my church community. Um, just hearing my friends and family being like, well, I can't go to the doctor unless like I'm really, really sick. And it's like, no, you can go see them even if you just want to make sure everything's okay. And so, big part of my future care as a PA is I really want to push not reactive medicine, but preventative medicine. And so, I will want to do that by like going to my church and talking to them, talking to my community, talking to my friends and family about, hey, get your yearly physicals, get your blood work done. If you're even just sensing that something is wrong, and now I learn now, obviously, like knowing all these diseases, I'm like, oh my God, you're short of breath. Like this could mean so many things. And so it really can. So I think it's really important for them to see their provider as not just someone to go see because, I'm like, this is horrible, something bad is happening, but as someone who's like genuinely like a mentor, like a friend, someone that you can go see and you can be really vulnerable and honest with. And so I love that connection. I'm really excited to build that, especially like longitudinal of care, like seeing them from hopefully when peds, seeing them from when they're like 1 years old to like all
Mm-hmm.
the way to they're 18. I want to be that person as they grow up that they're able to talk to about very sensitive topics. And so that's a big part of why I chose pediatrics, why I'm excited for pediatrics, but especially how I'm going to see myself as a provider also in the future.
Yes, that's amazing. And you definitely should tell me all about it.
Yes, I
I'm
will.
so ready to become a PA, but first have to get through college, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of multiple steps to
Yeah.
get there. I know. And you will be amazing. And you will just, once
Thank
you're in it,
you.
you're going to be like, oh my goodness, like this is everything I wanted. So I'm really excited
Thank
for you to
you.
experience that.
Thank
Yes,
you. I'm
of
really
course.
excited for you too.
Thank you.
Could you tell us about the organization you co-founded, Freedom from Violence, and the
Mhm.
lessons that you learned from it?
Yes. So this is an organization I founded with my best friend who's also named Mariam. So we're two Mariams.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, so I think I love your organization because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I think anyone who sees a gap in healthcare and wants to fill it is just I'm so admirable. Like I'm so in awe. And so
Hmm.
so the organization that we co-founded together, we did see this gap in our community, especially in undergrad, of just the community and resources needed to support survivors of all kinds of violence. And so, with this was the first thing I've ever co-founded ever. And so I'm so happy I got through with beside my best friend because I think we learned a lot together and what it means to
Hmm.
be a leader. And I think the biggest thing I always tell anybody who wants to co-found or just wants to co-start anything is that yes, you're the founder, yes, you're the leader, but you need to be like there's no hierarchy. Like you need to have everyone's voices, gather people from so many different perspectives because that's what's going to make you a great leader is somebody who doesn't just delegate and tell people what to do,
Hmm.
but really like hears that and takes that in and really is able to make change and ideas. And the best truly the best things that we've done was because we listened to people who are on our committees, from our executives, from community members, and that's how we were able to grow our organization. And so I think that's the biggest lesson, is that a leader is not just someone who's like, you do this and you do this. It's more like, tell me what you think. What Here's an idea I have. What do you think about this? And really just being adaptable, and able to hear people's perspectives as well. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you really summed it up super well. Being a leader is about listening to people and seeing
Mm-hmm.
what they want and not
Mm-hmm.
just delegating tasks like, hey, do
Yes.
this, hey, do that.
Yes,
But
exactly.
yeah, you summed it really well.
Thank you.
So our next question is, how did applying to PA school change you personally, and what did you learn from it?
Oh, I love this question. So yeah, just like I said, like this was my third cycle. Like
Hmm.
it was a lot, you know. At the time it felt really, really, really hard. It felt like I was like, am I even meant to do this? I was really second guessing myself.
Hmm.
And I think the biggest challenge was I just felt very alone in the process. I think even being the first Canadian to apply, I truly thank my mentors who got me here, because they made me not feel alone. They were there with me every single step, and that's why I made future PA Mayor. It was just fine to document my journey, but now the fact that I've gotten like 8 people into PA school is just a crazy amount to just
Right,
be part of the
yes.
journey,
Hmm.
because I know what it feels like, because you just are like, oh, I just want this so bad. I think that it taught me a lot about determination and perseverance, but just taught me a lot about myself too. That
Hmm.
at the time, something can seem like this isn't like, it literally felt like the world was ending. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get in. And now that I've created this account and like where it's at, I'm so grateful for the, challenges I went through, because now I can relate to people and they feel like it's a safe space to come to me and talk about that.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of people associate failure with embarrassment, and I know I
Hmm.
felt the same way. I was like, I don't want to tell anyone. I just want to keep it to myself.
Hmm.
But that's not how life is, and so I think I'm really lucky to be in a position where I can help people and really hear their stories and really feel how they're feeling, based on my own experiences. Um, so I think that was the hardest part, was just keep going for sure
Hmm.
when you don't get it the first time.
Right.
I think that every cycle I improve my application, every experience that I put on my resume, whether it be like PT aid or adding to volunteering, or, you know, really talking to my mentor, seeing what I can do more research. I did a lot of research, and so all those things combined is what's going to make me a really great provider, but also make me a great mentor to help people too.
Hmm.
So I think everything happens for a reason, even though it didn't feel like that at the time. I think now I can say that everything happens for a reason, and when one door closes, so many open. You just have to
Hmm.
be open to it, and I think I'm like ranting about this because it's truly, you
Yes,
you have
yeah.
to let yourself feel the emotions. Like
Hmm.
there was days where I was like just devastated and crying, and I think it's okay to have that too, but so don't let yourself stay in that for too long, because there's so
Hmm.
many things that are waiting for you and so many opportunities. You just have to kind of let them come as they come.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's my little rant about that. But that's just a little bit about my journey. I thought, and that was the hardest part, was just to keep fighting and to keep going. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Hmm.
So how do you find a work-life balance while pursuing a demanding career far from home?
Yes, I love this. I was horrible at it in first semester. Oh my gosh, I was up in the library 12 hours a day, like just awful. Like I just didn't have a balance, and it honestly took a big toll on me when I was like, I have not talked to my friends and family in like a week.
Hmm.
Like I want to be Mariam the PA, and that's who I am, but I'm so much more than that, and I want to be
Hmm.
so much more than that. And so in second semester, I was like, okay, we're going to get our Google Calendars out, and we will book these Pilates classes and book time to call our friends and eat good and go get coffee with friends. And it's just so funny because like if you told me this first semester, I've been like, oh my gosh, if I do that, I'm gonna fail. Like that will lead me to fail. My grades literally went up because I just took care of myself. And I think
Hmm.
people, when you tell them, it's just like, oh, take care of yourself. You're like, yeah, but I have 4 exams, and it's like you do. And I think whether me being taking care of myself or me just getting better at it, that putting myself first ultimately just led me to be a happier person who is more successful and who's going to be a great provider. If I don't take care of myself, how am I going to tell my patients to do the same? That's what I always
Right.
thought about. Like even my dad, like
Right.
I'm always like, Dad, like, you need to eat healthy. And I'm like, eating a pizza. I'm like, why would I? You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't say that. Like, and so, I just was always like, okay, if I'm going to tell my patients and I'm going to tell my friends and family to do this because I want them to live longer, be healthy, all this stuff, I do the same for myself. And so I think that really like struck a chord in me that
Hmm.
I was like, okay, get it together. But yeah, I love Pilates. I go to Pilates like 4 times a week. I at least try to take myself out on like a self-care day, at least like once a month. I try, even after a big exam. I think that's like I literally look forward to it. Honestly, that's what gets me going to the end of the month.
Hmm.
So I try to do little things like that. I think they're super important, and I've seen such positive results from it. So I'm excited to keep doing it. Obviously, it's going to change in clinical year. I think it has to be
Hmm.
very adaptable because now I went from like 8 to 5 to like 24-hour shifts. So you
Hmm.
need to be adaptable to
Yeah.
that. Um, but so needed and so it's so essential. Like I wouldn't I wish I honestly that's my only regret and my way to tell like students coming in, it's my only regret is I wish I did it sooner. That is my
Hmm.
biggest thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Summed it up really well.
Yes.
So, how do you combine the technical and logical aspects of pediatric cardiology with the
Hmm.
emotional needs of the children and their families?
Yes. And I think when you guys asked me this question of like what I want to go into, I had to like really think
Hmm.
about it because, having a psych background, I was really grateful to just be able to, help find different ways to counsel patients and ways to really like meet them where they're at. And cardiology, it's because I did research on it. I'm so interested in like the logistics of it. I'm
Hmm.
like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, look how far we've gone to research.
Hmm.
But I think this is the thing I've always, even in PA school, that first year, all you're learning about is diseases. You're learning them as such like isolated things and not realizing that this is a person that has this disease. Like
Hmm.
you're patting yourself on the back because you're like, oh, I got the disease. Like I know what it is. I know how to identify it. I know how to treat it. But that's the person that's going to go through the treatment, and that's still a human being with so much complexity to them.
Right.
And so I try to really, you know, I'm very big on research, and that's why cardiology is my favorite thing because there's so much research I still want to do in it. But I very much not only just look at like, oh, what's the research saying about the surgery we're doing, but okay, so what's the best evidence-based way that we can support this family through this change? Because this is difficult. And cardiology too, I think people are like so scared of it because I think it's very complex and it super is. But if you can just sit down with the family and explain it to them and be like, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what's happening, and this is why it's happening, I think humans instinctually want to know the why of everything. So if
Hmm.
you can sit down with them and be like, this is why this is happening, this is why the baby is sick, this is why we're doing all these tests, you keep them in the loop and you make them feel like a part of a team, and that's everything. That's what I remember the most when it came to my parents, when the doctors and the PAs and the nurses made me feel like I was part of the team. They always kept me in the loop. They never just like went in, took some vitals and left. They were like, this is
Hmm.
why I'm doing this. This is what I'm looking for. Because I remember when that wasn't done, that's when the anxiety builds up. That's when I'm like, why are they doing this? Is something bad happening? Is they're just not telling me something? And so I think that's why my fascination um, is just like enlightened because I want to have them as part of my team, and I also want to be the best provider with the most literally the most research I can have about something,
Hmm.
so to help that child and to help that family. So yeah.
Yes. I really love that.
Oh, thank you.
So, what was the most challenging adjustment that you faced after moving to a whole new country alone for PA school?
Oh my goodness. Wow. I just like think I did not understand healthcare here. Like I think when I got into PA school, we started with derm and they were like insurance and I was like, I don't even know like
Oh
what that
gosh.
like do you know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't even
Yeah.
know what we're talking about. Like
Yes.
and so that's hard for me because it's like we'll learn about something. It's like, well, insurance won't cover it. And I'm like, whose insurance and why won't they cover it? You know what I mean? Like I'm
Mhm.
constantly trying to learn and I think
Right.
I'll obviously learn more in clinical practice, but I
Mhm.
think understanding private healthcare versus public healthcare in Canada because I was very much like surrounded by that healthcare system, so I know a lot about it, but this is very different to me. And like I even joke with my class, I never had a physical. We don't do physicals in Canada.
Mhm.
So this is my first ever physical I got done.
Mhm.
And I learned how to do a full physical. So I think understanding the healthcare system, but I also think that The Canadian in me, I think, is just
Hmm.
also like super sensitive. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm always like letting people in, like saying thank you. Like I'm just like, and my friends are like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm like, guys, just like come on in. Like, I'm like 4 cars in, we're like already 5 minutes late. So, I think I understand just like the cultural norms, but it's not that much different. I've enjoyed like Trader Joe's, like
Hmm.
TJ Maxx, Target, like all these
Yes.
things. I'm like, but I think regardless, if it wasn't the States, if it was anywhere, I think I have moved away for undergrad, moving to a different country with nobody that I know.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just, even little things, you're like, where do I grocery shop? Like, where do I just like
Hmm.
get my nails done? Where do I, do my self-care things? You have to discover that and you have to keep trying new things and it's scary. And every experience, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like reintroduce myself. It's gonna be great. So yeah, you have to hype yourself up like a lot. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited. So I always say it's been the most hardest but most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Mhm.
I truly like I'm in my late 20, I'm like 26, so I'm in mid 20s, that I'm glad I'm doing this. This is an experience of a lifetime. I'm so grateful to have it, but it definitely has come with like a lot of tears of like I miss home and I want to be with my family. But they're very proud of me and I'm very proud of myself for going through this and I definitely feel way better adjusted. It's been almost my 1 year anniversary of the States, so it's almost
Oh
one
my
year, so I feel a
gosh,
lot better.
congratulations.
Thank you. So, learned a lot, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm gonna learn a lot next year too, being in hospital. So,
Right,
but
yeah.
yeah, a lot of things, a lot of different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone in particular, and maybe you do have a lot, like your family and your friends, that
Yeah.
inspired you to reach this point in your life?
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I have to say my parents, like
Yeah.
they came with nothing. Like they came
Hmm.
with literally nothing, not knowing the language, just got on the plane, put their kids and just came with nothing. And being an adult now and just seeing like the cost of living and just
Hmm.
navigating things and the language barrier and like the bullying they endured, like I do everything I can to show them that this was a worth it because I see the sacrifices and I see how much they're doing and it just shapes who I am. It shapes all my encounters. It shapes every time I see somebody, I just want to help them because I saw my parents even with nothing want to help people. So they are truly my biggest, yeah, just inspirations. Like I think they're the strong. If I'm 1% of what they are, like I would be so happy,
Hmm.
because they are just someone I look up to a lot, and they're always so proud of me and have always supported my dreams. Like no matter how crazy it's been, like this might not even understand Instagram and like PA school. Like we're still on that. We're still teaching him what a PA is. Um, but he's just so supportive and he's just so happy. He's like, my daughter's a PA, and he's like telling his friends.
Aww.
So I'm so lucky to have, and even my sister who just is constantly like, my sister's a PA, yeah, yeah, and she like going to, and the doctor's like, sounds good, like you know what I mean, like
Aww.
so they just keep me going, and they've been there to answer every phone call that I've had like a crash out over, being like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna fail. Yeah, I love them a lot. They're my biggest, yeah, I'm super, super close to them. And so I think that was the hardest part of leaving too, is just not being
Hmm.
close to them. But I know they're very proud of me and I only have 12 months left, which is crazy. So seeing them on my grad, I'm gonna get so emotional being like, we did it together. So yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me cry
Yeah,
now.
literally.
I already
I'm
have
telling
tears
you, the
forming in
tears.
my
I
eyes.
am the most emotional. I literally told my friends, I was like, I will weep crying at my own
Oh my
grad. Like, because
gosh.
just seeing them, yeah, it's their white coat as much as mine. Oh,
I'm like actually tearing up right now.
you're so
Oh
cute.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
I don't know. I just think that yeah, my white coat is their white coat. They got me here. They're the reason I'm here, and so I know I get emotional every time I think about it. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
I like that question. That was a cute question.
Yes. I can definitely agree with you. My parents are the same as well. And every time like I accomplish something, like my dad's like, "Oh my gosh, I love my daughter. I love her."
Yes, yes,
And
and
I'm so
that's
proud of
so
her. Like
important.
he was just telling me in the car yesterday when like he was taking me to school, and he was just like, "Yeah, I told my friends about your little podcast."
Oh
And
my God.
like
Oh yeah, no, that would send me. No, that would
yeah,
send
that
me.
was
Like that would send
it
like
was
that.
7 a.m. in the
Yeah.
morning and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
No, 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 that was send me. Every time my dad is like, and it's just so nice because when you call them, you just are like, you've done so much for me, and like, I don't know. I'm
Mhm.
so, so grateful to all of them. Like they just, yeah,
Mhm.
I could cry thinking about it. It's gonna be like a cry podcast, just me crying. So, yeah, that's my biggest motivators for sure.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, our last question
Hmm.
is, do you have any advice to give to any of our members in the audience that plan on entering the same or similar line of work? And I know you've given so much advice.
I know,
So,
like, what can I give? Oh yeah, I have a good one. I have a good one that I think I always try is, oh my gosh, make mistakes. Oh my goodness,
mhm,
people are so, I remember being so scared to make a mistake. In PA school, you will make 1,001 mistakes. Okay, like I've
mhm,
asked my 65-year-old patient when her last menstrual period is. Like you make mistakes. Okay, you whack
mhm.
yourself with a reflex hammer. It just happens. It's okay. And I think that oh my I think it being in healthcare we're a lot of type A. We're all like we need to be perfect. And it's so true. You do
Right, yeah.
like we're all like we need to be perfect and I think it's so good to have high expectations of yourself, but oh my goodness, like have fun. Like this is I literally was crying to my dad about it like a couple weeks ago. I was like this is the last time I'm going to be in a classroom. And
Mhm,
like I didn't even notice that because all this time I was like I just want to finish. I just want to
mhm.
finish. But if you don't like let yourself live in the present moment and make those silly mistakes and laugh about it, time will go by. And so that's my biggest thing is I always try on my Instagram to be like, well, made another mistake today. Like, you know what I mean? Because like that's what it is. And so that's my biggest advice. And also again, like don't give up. Don't give up, please. If anybody is listening to this and is in a similar situation like I was, like do not hesitate to reach out to me. Like I would love to be like a listening ear to help out in any ways, to read over applications. I would do anything to help that person achieve their dreams. So those are my two biggest advices: have fun and don't give up.
Yes,
So
definitely
yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Miriam, for sharing all your accomplishments and your views on all things cardiology and pediatrics.
Hmm.
It was really inspiring to hear about the courage that you've showed in the past as well as right now. To everyone tuning in, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Battles and Voices. Your engagement and loyalty mean so much to us. If you enjoy this conversation, then be sure to follow, share, and stay tuned for more episodes on Battles and Voices. We'll see you next time.